3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. And liftoff.
নাসা এর ক্রু-3 মিশনে নভোচারীরা ফ্লোরিডা কেনেডি স্পেস সেন্টার থেকে ড্রাগন স্পেসক্রাফটে চড়ে 11 নভেম্বর রাত 2:03 মহাকাশের উদ্দেশ্যে রওনা দিয়েছেন। ক্রু-3 স্পেসক্রাফটে 3 জন নাসার নতুন মহাকাশচারী এবং একজন আন্তর্জাতিক মহাকাশ যাত্রার স্পেস পাইলট ছিলেন। এই মিশনটি নাসা এর রাজাচারী দ্বারা পরিচালিত এবং পাইলট হিসাবে নাসা এর মহাকাশচারী টম মাসবার্ন এবং কাইলা ব্যারন একজন মিশন বিশেষজ্ঞ হিসাবে কাজ করছেন। এছাড়াও বোর্ডে থাকবেন ইসা ইউরোপিয়ান স্পেস এজেন্সির মহাকাশচারী ম্যাথিয়াস মাউর, যিনি মহাকাশে এই নিয়ে 600তম ভ্রমণকারী ব্যক্তি। ক্রু-3 মিশনের জন্য প্রথমবারের মতো চারি, ব্যারন এবং মাউর যোগ দিয়েছেন। এটি হবে তাদের জন্য মহাকাশ স্টেশনের প্রথম যাত্রা এবং মাসবার্ন এই নিয়ে তৃতীয়বারের জন্য মহাকাশ স্টেশনে যাচ্ছেন। কাইলা ব্যারন রাজাচারী এবং নাসার টমাস মাসবার্ন এবং ইউরোপিয়ান স্পেস এজেন্সির ম্যাথিয়াস মাউর মহাকাশে 6 মাসের মিশন শুরু করবেন। একটি মিশনে তারা শত শত বৈজ্ঞানিক পরীক্ষা নিরীক্ষা করেন এবং স্পেস স্টেশনের রক্ষণাবেক্ষণ ও আপগ্রেড করতে তাদের স্টেশনে অন্যান্য ক্রুমেটদের সাথে যোগ দেবেন। ড্রাগন এন্ডুরেন্স স্পেসক্রাফটটি স্বয়ংক্রিয়ভাবে স্পেস স্টেশনে 11:32 পৌঁছেছেন। এখন আমরা আপনাকে সরাসরি আন্তর্জাতিক মহাকাশ স্টেশনে নিয়ে যাব এবং সেখান থেকে সরাসরি SpaceX 3 এর সফল ডকিং এবং মহাকাশচারীদের স্টেশনে প্রবেশের কিছুটা মুহূর্ত দেখাবো।
Ground has told go to resume the approach. Please confirm that your readiness for the final approach and that your visors are down. If so, ground will be commanding resume shortly. As a reminder, once Dragon is inside the crew hands-off point, retreat and breakout are not permitted. And one final item of note is that
And now we have NASA astronaut Tom Marshburn. And NASA astronaut Chari.
Do anticipate that we may have some less than favorable lighting conditions until approximately 3 meters away from the docking adapter. How copy?
Endurance copies all. We've got the crew visors down. We're expecting lighting conditions may not be perfect in zone off 3 meters, but honestly we're happy with what we can see currently, and we'll avoid actions inside the shop.
And SpaceX copies. We will be commanding resume imminently.
So a couple of things are going to happen as we reach waypoint 1, deploy the soft capture ring. And again, that ring is composed of a ring and 3 pedals that will help with soft capture. And what that means is initial contact with the International Space Station. It sort of inserts itself into the dock here in about 17 minutes.
And Dragon is actually now inside of the keep-out sphere. They're about 120 meters away from the International Space Station. That next milestone coming at waypoint 2, about
waypoint 2.
all right, and we have confirmation that Dragon has arrived.
On the big loop for approach.
Burn turns on the big loop.
As I was saying, we have confirmation that Dragon has arrived at waypoint 2, 20 meters away from the International Space Station. They'll hold here and conduct a final go, no-go poll before Dragon.
Yeah, as I was mentioning earlier, that soft capture ring makes initial contact. Once it does make initial contact, it effectively pulls the Dragon into place for the hard capture hooks to drive into place. There are 12 of them in total, and they are actually faceted around in a circle a little bit wider than the soft capture ring. So it does look like we're in an orbital nighttime now. You can see the firing of the Draco engines. This is, again, there are 16 of them on the Dragon, and they will continue to fire for any type of micro adjustments that are necessary. There are green and red navigation lights on the outside of Dragon as well. Then also that centerline camera in the middle. Again, all of these sensors help for Dragon to autonomously dock with the International Space Station.
Dragon now just under 14 meters from the International Space Station. Making that slow and methodical approach to the International Docking Adapter.
Meters.
Copy 10.
Now just under 8 meters from the International Space Station.
This is what Dragon is seeing. What you're seeing on screen is the International Space Station and the forward Node 2 port. You can see there are a bunch of lines around that frontmost ring. That is where the hard capture hooks will drive into place. And right in the center of that is the docking target.
Copy 5.
The docking target is what Dragon is using to, again, help navigate it towards the International Space Station. We just heard the call out that we are 5 meters away.
Copy, chop.
Meters.
Soft capture confirmed.
On the big ones, we see the same. Soft capture 10 racing targets.
And contact. And contact confirmed at 3:32 Pacific time as the International Space Station and Endurance were flying 263 statute miles over the Eastern Caribbean.
Now, we still have a few steps to complete before Dragon is securely attached to the space station.
On the ground in Mission Control will monitor the pressure and temperature just to make sure everything is leak-free before we get ready to open up the hatches. We'll likely hear some of those calls from the ground to the space station as vestibule repress continues.
Not, the noise was confirmed to go away. Is that a good readback? I do have a request that while performing that inventory in Section 3...
We just had a great shot of NASA astronaut Mark Vande Hei as he continues to step through procedures ahead of hatch opening. Directly in the center of your screen, below some of those cargo bags, is the hatch that we will eventually see the Crew-3 astronauts float through as they come aboard their home aboard the International Space Station, their home for the next 6 months. Vande Hei now working to configure some of those cargo bags.
And Endurance and Station Houston on the big loop. No reply needed, but just be advised we're configuring hardline, so we'll be down big loop audio just for a few minutes here as we get hardline in place.
Work continuing in anticipation of hatch opening. It looks like NASA astronaut Mark Vande Hei was configured time ago at 5:32 p.m. Central Time. Inside the space station, NASA astronaut Mark Vande Hei is making incremental steps toward hatch opening, now slated for a little under an hour from now. And you can see their spacesuits in that drying configuration there. Towards the middle of your screen is NASA astronaut and commander of Endurance, Chari. First time space flight for him. And to the right of your screen is European Space Agency astronaut Matthias Maurer. Along with their crewmates Kayla Barron and Thomas Marshburn, they're continuing to step through procedures ahead of hatch opening. Approximately 35 minutes after hatch opening, still tracking a hatch opening shortly after 7 p.m. Central Time this evening.
Sound check.
And Endurance, I have you, I would say, about 4 by 5. How many?
I hear you loud and clear. I have some inventory notes for you when you're ready to copy.
And I am ready to copy, Kayla.
We worked on replenishing the daily bag. Took one bag of disinfectant wipes from bag 107 and moved it to bag 110. We also took one large outer bag pack from bag 108 and moved it to 110.
Okay, the disinfectant wipe from 107 to 110, and then the bag from 108 to 110.
Good copy, Mike.
Those words between the ground and NASA astronaut Kayla Barron as they work to make sure everything is configured properly before hatch opening. And on your screen now, to the left lower portion of your screen, is Roscosmos cosmonaut Anton Shkaplerov, who is working to assist NASA astronaut Mark Vande Hei in some procedures as they prepare for hatch opening here shortly.
Good read back. We're monitoring here on the ground.
And great news with that go for hatch opening. We should be seeing the crew float aboard the International Space Station here shortly. They're working to open up the hatch on the Endurance side.
SpaceX Endurance, the hatch is open.
Copy, we see the same.
Dragon hatch is now open. And first through the hatch is going to be NASA astronaut Kayla Barron. Some hugs there, and you can hear the claps inside Mission Control. Next up is European Space Agency astronaut Matthias Maurer. And now we have NASA astronaut Thomas Marshburn. And NASA astronaut Chari. Lots of hugs and smiles here. Seven crew members now a part of Expedition 66. And you can really see and feel the excitement by the looks on the crew's faces. Looks like they're posing for some photos now.
Welcome to Station Crew-3. You guys look great in that photo.
And if you're just now joining us, the Crew-3 astronauts have successfully docked and entered aboard the International Space Station. They launched yesterday at 8:03 p.m. Central Time and completed a 22-hour launch to docking to the International Space Station. Docking occurred this evening at 5:32 p.m. Central Time, and the hatch was opened just a few minutes ago at 7:25 p.m. Central Time. NASA astronaut Chari, Kayla Barron, and Tom Marshburn, as well as European Space Agency astronaut Matthias Maurer, have now successfully reached the International Space Station, and we see a pretty special moment happening right now for Kayla Barron, first-time space flyer, as she's being pinned as an official flown NASA astronaut. Next up is European Space Agency astronaut Tom Marshburn, also a first-time flyer. That is European Space Agency astronaut Matthias Maurer being pinned by NASA astronaut Tom Marshburn. Lots of smiles and thumbs up. An exciting moment. And the third first-time space flyer, commander of the SpaceX Endurance vehicle, Chari, getting his pin.
Houston Station on 2, checking for the timing of the PAO event.
Just about to hand over, Mark. I'll catch you on the other side. And Endurance, this is Houston on the big loop. Raja, your go for 6.1. Go to open location 23.
Big loop, we copy. We're going to open location 23 in Endurance.
Affirmative, 6.3. And then Houston for Mark, we're back with you and ready for the voice checks.
This is the voice check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And station for Mark, good scene, good voice. We're all set, ready to go, and we'll kick it off at the top of the hour.
Copy, thumbs up.
For Crew Dragon vehicles and the crew members to select a zero-G indicator. For this vehicle, the Crew-3 astronauts selected a turtle as their zero-G indicator, which they named Pfau, which is German for peacock. That pays tribute to European Space Agency. Great shot of the Crew 4 astronauts there as they prepare for the welcoming ceremony, slated to begin just about a minute from now. From left to right of your Crew 3 astronauts are NASA astronaut Tom Marshburn, NASA astronaut Kayla Barron, NASA astronaut Raja Chari, and European Space Agency astronaut Matthias Maurer. Floating into the frame now is NASA astronaut Mark.
Station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
We are not quite ready for the event. We've got to get the space station commander.
No problem. Standing by. We copy, station. Associate Administrator Kathy Leaders, please call the International Space Station for a voice check.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can definitely hear you. Greetings.
Greetings. Are we ready to go?
Let's do it. I'm not sure if we're supposed to start talking first or if you're going to talk first.
Okay. I'll get started and then you guys can follow. Okay. Hey, you know, tonight's docking was a perfect way for us to finish up what has been our 10-year anniversary year for the commercial crew program. And I don't know about you guys, but it feels like the last 2 weeks have been pretty crazy for me. And I know you guys are probably real happy to be out of crew quarters. I told Norm Knight last night we were rescuing him from crew quarters with this launch. And I know you guys, I know Mark, you're waiting patiently for them to come, enjoying a few days of a little bit of quiet before the next round of folks coming up. But boy, is it good to see you. So, Raja, I'm hearing, you know, you're here leading the turtles, and you have the turtle there. And as you know, I'm so happy to, in particular, to see you there after all your work doing the joint test team. So after you come back, it'll be good to hear how the vehicle operated for you with all the work that you did. And it's so fantastic to see Matthias, Kayla, and Tom there with you safely. So we can't wait to see all the work you all are going to accomplish. And I'm looking forward to many, many more amazing experiences to come over the next 6 months while you all are there. Thank you again for your service. I loved, Roger, what you said yesterday when we're getting ready for launch. And you said, you know, we're hoping for a Halloween launch, but it's even cooler right now to be able to launch and dock on Veterans Day. And it is a great way for us to honor our veterans. Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy, and thanks to all the SpaceX and NASA teams. As you mentioned, it was great to get to work on the vehicle. I think we all loved the ride up there. It was way smoother than we could have imagined, and that feeling going from MECO to the second stage was just awesome, and a beautiful ride. It was neat to see and feel the engines respond and then see it in the displays. And as you mentioned, we were tested before, and it wouldn't have been complete without testing out the system and seeing if we could go from landing to launch in under 48 hours. So kudos to the entire team that pulled that off. We drove Norm crazy in crew quarters, but we had a pretty, we gained some weight there too, but we're happy to be here now and ready to work.
Hi colleagues, I'm very proud to be commander of this great team. We are start to fly together, and I know in the future we'll have the beautiful days on orbit together. We'll work together and relax together.
And I can't tell you how happy I am to see these smiling faces. Every one of us, all 7 of us are friends, and we're going to become even better friends as time goes on. And we've got a lot of work to do all the science experiments. I learned over the course of last week that at this moment we've got 60 experiments in progress already. And of course, by the time we finish our time up here, we'll have participated in many more experiments than that. We've got a lot of work to do, a lot of exciting times coming up, and it's really an honor to be up here at the time when these folks arrived, and to be able to help out, not just with doing science that's going to help out with humanity on the Earth right now, but also to help the human race be better able to explore further and further away from our home planet.